tell you guys, the whole conversation in the funeral, hapo kwa politics, hakukuwa na mtu yote alikuwa anaongelelea wananchi. Nobody talked about the will of the people. Nobody talked about we shall respect the voters, we shall respect the will of the people. Nobody. Nobody talked about respecting the will of the people. Nobody talked about quality leadership. None. Not even one. Everybody was talking about kukua kwa serikali, broadband government. Sijui next year, next 20 we shall be with Uhuru, with Ruto. Hatutakuwa nje ya serikali. Sijui nini. Nothing. Hakuna. Everybody was talking about broad-based. Watu walikuwa na, by the way, let me tell you, mkitaka kujua watu ODM ni waongo. They have been screaming to us yesterday, telling us about what Raila Odinga wanted. Let me tell the people of Luo Nyanza. If Raila wants something, he always talked to us. He always told us. Raila always said what he wanted. He never said anything about us joining the government.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
Welcome to the home of JBL. Today I'm going to talk about Raila Odinga, and of course I am still in mourning, and I'm going to talk about ODM. I'm going to talk about Nyanza, and of course we are analysts and we talk about everything. So Wanjo Luo, tukitoka kwa matanga tunaongelelea matanga. Lazima tuongelelee matanga. Hiyo ni mila yetu na desturi yetu. Tukitoka kwa matanga tunaongelelea matanga, yaliomo, yaliojiri, yatakayokuja, yaliokwisha, yaliofanyika. Hiyo ni lazima. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. But I'm going to focus on storytelling, you know, a little bit story about Raila Odinga, a little bit, but I'm not going to talk about like artist. I just want to talk about the future of Nyanza and what, this is my opinion, by the way. Mtu asikuje kunipigia kelele. And I also said that moving forward, my content is going to be feminism and politics. Expect nitafungua live kuchambana na watu hapa, pole sana. Sawa? And I'll be talking about the constitution. I'll be talking about the bills that were passed made into law, were passed by signed into law, passed in parliament and signed into law. Sawa. That's what I want to talk about. So of course, because of my content, I do not expect the Dwanzis to be here, because hakuna story ya kuma na mboro. Na ni sawa. The few that are gonna be here will listen and understand what we are talking about. Sawa. Tuendelee. Nimependa hii wimbo. Tutatap tufike 25k. I love this song by Costa Ojuang. Kwa nini huyu mtu akwenda kuimbia Raila Odinga kwa matanga yenyewe? I even expected Onyipa Pajay to be there just to even sing that song, jamani. Na hii Costa Ojuang. This Costa Ojuang is very good. I love how he aliimba. Kwa nini Onyipa Pajay hakuenda? Elisha Toto ameimba hivyo gani? Mtu ameniuliza kama Elisha Toto ameimba hivyo gani? Guys, tapuru tufike 25k. Also, ukiingia hapa tuma hat me, sawa? Just to give the live a visit. And I'm also going to talk about Babu Owino. Babu Owino. I want to talk about Babu Owino. Nitawaambia anatoka wapi, sawa? Ni mzuri tujue watu wenye wako hapa, sawa? And I said, of course there are people who are going to be uncomfortable because you want to hear stories that you don't want. Sawa. Elisha Toto sang the best song. Who is Elisha Toto? I know Elisha Toto is an Ohangla singer. Lakini alimba wimbo gani? Kuna wimbo ya Lady Maureen yenye najua. I think I like the one for Lady Maureen. Hebu niangalie. Kuna wimbo ya Lady Maureen ameimba Raila Odinga. Aya, tapuru. Lady Maureen Raila song. Baba come home. Baba come home. Hiyo ni nani? Oh, ya Raila Odinga duoge dala. Oh, hiyo hebu tusikie.
Funny. The man has jokes.
He's funny. Okay.
Haya. Hiyo mi nataka song inaenda pole pole. Guys, tufike 25k. I love Costa Ojwang's song, but I've not listened to the one by called Raila. Sijasikiza. Hii wimbo ya Costa Ojwang is very sentimental. Ndio maana naipenda. Meati Elisha Toto sasa ameimba gani? Sijapenda hiyo ya Elisha inaenda pole pole. Okay, sipendi wimbo ya Christina Shusho. Hao watu wengine wamejitokeza, sijui wameimba wimbo za aina gani. I've tried to nini. Wacha tusikie sasa ile mnataka tupike 25k. Wacha nitafute Elisha Toto. Like wimbo inafaa kwenda tu pole pole. Hakuna haja ya kelele mingi. Eish. Elisha Toto Raila. Title ni Raila. Okay, wacha tusikie hii.
What's up? It's Ryder Lyons, 5-star quarterback, class of 2026, and I'm wearing.
Okay, I wanted you guys to know the difference between what I'm trying to say. Ingeyo, if you are a Luo, you understand what I'm saying. I don't know if you guys understand. Raila kiwero nyaka gueyo bedie. Like you have to get into the culture of the Luo community for you to sing about Raila's death. You have to go nyakigue, nyakigi, nyakichogi ewer. That's what I was trying to tell you. Why na napenda wimbo ya nani? Wimbo ya Magi wende ufiksi yako. Mimi niko sawa. That's why I would listen to Costa Ojwang. I wanted to tell you the difference between Costa Ojwang and that Ohangla song. It's okay, it's good. But there is a way that you mourn for Raila in a song. Nyakigue. Unasikia? Nyakigine, nyaki ichug gik moko, nyakilos gine. Nyakilos gi jodongo manosedhi. Ingeyo? Ebu listen to the difference between this and what you were listening to. Ebu listen. Hiyo ya lazima nyakigue kabisa kiwago Raila kiwero Raila wer nyakigue nyakidengi ineno nyakigi matin jowi chu gik makamago ineno nyakidengi nyakitengri nyaki igine matin isutri matin mani kaki iwero Raila. Unajua wimbo ya Raila lazima ikuwe spiritual. It needs to be spiritual. It needs to have the oporo, orutu, nyatiti, gik makamago. Mane kaka onego benitimo jowi. Good morning everybody. Where are you guys watching from? And rest in peace Raila Odinga. Where are you guys watching from? I'm in Pennsylvania, US. Yeah. Habari zenu. For those of you who are new here, habari zenu. Jina yangu ni hiyo. That is the original one. No change on nothing. Just me, Santa Lucia. Thank you everybody that is here. Guys, I opened this live because I wanted to talk about what has happened in the past 4-5 days. You know, we lost an icon, we lost a great man, and now we have to forge ahead. Raila Odinga has finished his race. Ni sisi ndio tumebaki. Unajua, sisi ndio tumebaki, ni sisi ndio tuko na kazi, sisi wenye tumebaki. So he has finished the work that he was brought in this world to do, and now we have remained behind. The question is, as you remain behind, what next? Sawa. Kwanza, let us clap for the people that dressed Ida Odinga and her family. Ebu tuwapigie makofi, whoever those are. Nimesikia Bolo ndiye alikuwa amevalisha Ida Odinga. I must clap for Bolo. Thank you for doing a wonderful job this time. You are really good. You did a very beautiful job. The clothes, the attire, wonderful, from kofia kila kitu. The makeup was wonderful. Everything was just so good. We need to clap kabisa tu. it was well done, and we must commend good things when they happen. Unajua tusijifanye hata ikuwa poa. Nguo za za Aida Odinga from the time that she went to receive Raila Odinga when he came from India up until the time alizika mume wake, she was really looking impeccable and everything was suitable for the occasion. Sawa sawa. So I think it was, hi AJB ni aje mambo. It was really good and I loved everything. Everyone was well dressed, everybody. Watoto wake pamoja na yeye walikuwa wamevaa vizuri. Hiyo ni mavazi ndio tunaongelelea. Pale kwa matanga jana, everybody I saw, cause nilikuwa hapa nikizoom and I watched it, a big deal. Everybody I saw in the funeral, all the women, kila mtu alikuwa amevaa vizuri except Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga was the worst dressed in the funeral. I feel bad saying it. I don't know. Tafadhali marafiki wa Gladys, anybody who knows Gladys, she's my friend too. Anybody who knows Gladys and is near Gladys, tafadhali introduce Gladys to a good fundi. Good fundi. Can't see me? Mnaniona poa? Ebu mniandikie hapo. Can you guys see me vizuri? Niko sawa? Neti yangu iko sawa? Neti iko sawa, si ndio? Yeah. Ati neti yangu inasumbua. Nina hang. Niko visible and audible. Yes, niko sawa. Mtu anasema aje udiweka brand net haiko sawa, uko sawa. Nataka mtu mwenye ataniambia ukweli. Hebu niangalie hizi comments. Kuna mtu mmoja lazima niambie hapa ukweli, namjua. Hebu andikeni hapo. Niko sawa. Okay, sawa. I'm okay. Thank you. Kama niko sawa hivyo ni poa. Wenye wanasema nina hang, endeni mnunue bundles, sawa? Niko USA. Na hang nikiwa wapi? Kwendeni huko kabisa. So nilikuwa nasema hivi, mwenye anasema nina hang akuwe blocked. Nilikuwa nasema hivi ya kwamba everybody in the funeral was well dressed except for Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga had the worst attire ever. I don't know why my governor does this to me. I don't know why she does this to me, my dear friends. Sijui kwa nini ananifanyanga hivyo. Lakini nguo yake ilikuwa mbali. Nguo ya blue kwa matanga. Kitenge ya blue yenye ilikuwa na kitu kama ya Christmas, ilikuwa inaruka hivi chini ikienda huko chini. Sad. Just really sad. I don't even want to talk about it. It's sad. Yani ni sad kabisa. Sijui hata niseme nini. Nilishtuka sana. Nenda usaidie watu wa kwenu kwanza. Block. Mute. Nenda ukasaidia watu wa kwenu. Watu wa kwenu kwanza ndio wasaidike. Sawa. Guys, hiyo tu ni mavazi. Sitaki kuongelelea mengi sana kuhusu hiyo. Someone is saying my net is going off and on. Hebu ngoja. Tuko sawa lakini. JB unaniona? Niko poa? Okay, sawa. Ngoja kwanza nitoe huyu. Mwenye anakuja hapa kuandika hizi vitu zenye anaandika atoke hapa haraka. Thank you so much Bilal. So, nilikuwa nawaambia kwa mavazi, it is only Gladys ndiye alinilet down. Changirai vile alikuwa anakaa beautiful. She looked really good. She looked really good. She looked really good. I loved her. She looked good. Atienda WhatsApp urudi koma. Hakuna WhatsApp nitaenda. Wewe ndio utatoka urudi. She looked really good. I loved how she looked. Sasa, let us now come back to the real things that are happening. Aida alikuwa na introduce grandkids. Mtoto wa Fidel aliintroduciwa ama alikuja? Comment section. Mtoto wa Fidel alikuwa kwa matanga. Anyway, acha nisiongee hapo kushinda venye nafaa kuongea. Acha ninyamaze. Okay. Yeah. Alienda kuko on the way mpaka saa hii. Haya. So we were clapping for those of then another person we need to clap for, and I know this will make you upset. Let us clap for Ruto for giving Raila Odinga a state burial. Let us clap for Ruto, the president, for giving Raila Odinga a state burial, because let me tell you guys, that was one heck of a burial. Ruto honored Raila Odinga, and I think he did it as a friend. He did it as a friend, not as a president. He did it as a friend, and he did it because he recognized the power and the respect and the love that the Kenyan people have for Raila Odinga. Ruto did a magnificent job. Ruto gave Raila Odinga the honor that he deserved. The sad thing about the honor that we were giving Raila Odinga is that we were giving him honor in his death. That's the saddest bit about giving Raila Odinga honor. We decided to give Raila Odinga honor in his death. Yani, we are showing Raila Odinga respect in his death. After disrespecting Raila Odinga his whole life, we choose to give him a 17-gun salute in his death. This is the hypocrisy I wanted to talk about, because we said after funeral we have to talk. Si ndio? Lazima tuongee kama Wakenya na tuseme ukweli. Raila Odinga was the most disrespected politician in Kenya. Kama nadanganya, mniambie hapo. Raila Odinga was the most disrespected politician in Kenya. He also was the politician that sacrificed most in Kenya, and he was never rewarded and acknowledged for the work that he did in Kenya. The most disrespected in Kenya. In fact, let me tell you guys, after reflecting and thinking and hearing that Raila Odinga went to India with his personal doctor, I have come to the conclusion that Raila Odinga went, because Raila Odinga akienda India, hakuenda kwa matibabu, alienda kwa alternative medicine. Alienda kwa hizo ma clinics zenye zinatumia herbs na zinatumia yoga na zinatumia acupuncture. Now, I'm piecing everything together, and now I have come to the conclusion that Raila Odinga hakutaka kuenda kwa hospitali, alikuwa amejua anakufa. He wanted to die, and he did not want to go to a proper hospital because that would have made him stay. Raila Odinga's death was preventable. I think Raila Odinga already knew he had DVT, yes, because he was wearing compression stockings, na alikuwa ameanza kuchoka, alikuwa ameanza kukua mgonjwa before, so aliamua he's not fighting it anymore. He just wanted to have a holistic kind of peaceful time, apate tu yoga na exercise, and then aende. So mimi hata sisi vile tulikuwa tuna analyze tukisema ti Raila Odinga mbona hakupelekwa kwa hospitali nini, I think that Raila Odinga was tired of Kenyans, and by the way, if you guys look deeply into what has happened to Raila Odinga, you can see that he actually left Kenya. He went to die away from home. Hiyo inafaa kuonyesha ya kwamba Raila Odinga alikuwa amechoka na nyinyi, and he wanted to die away from home because Raila Odinga alikuwa anataka kukufa mbali na nyinyi, hakuwa anataka anything to do with you. So but let's talk about the truth, because Raila Odinga had the opportunity to go to the best hospitals. He had the money, he had the support, he had everybody to support him to go to whatever hospital. He had his personal doctor. So I think that Raila Odinga made a choice to be at a place where he's going to die away from home because of the disrespect we have given him. We have disrespected Raila Odinga his whole life. And that's why he decided to die away from home. If you are a Luo, you understand what I'm saying. Raila's death was symbolic. Him leaving Kenya knowing that he was unwell and asking, and even Ruto saying that organized for him to go for treatment. I think Raila Odinga did not want to die in Kenya. He wanted to die away from home. He didn't want to give you that honor. He wanted to be with people that cared for him. Raila Odinga knew his death. He knew his death. He knew it was coming. And I think he knew it early, way earlier than we even thought. Because how is it possible that Raila Odinga made peace with Ruto? And at the time when he makes peace with Ruto, we are quick to think about it politically. But I think Raila Odinga wanted the handshake with Ruto because he knew he was going to die. And if he died when there was chaos and disruption in Kenya, then there would be bloodshed if he passed away. So Raila Odinga ensured that he brought peace amongst Kenyans by sacrificing again. And I talked about this the last time when I talked about Raila Odinga. I said that Raila Odinga made the last sacrifice for us as Kenyans when he made the peace with Ruto, when there were Gen Zs dying and there was a lot of problems with the finance bill. So he chose to make peace with Ruto for the sake of peace in Kenya, and he knew he was dying. And he did not want to die while people were still fighting. That's the reason why. And I want you guys to see and think about it. If Raila Odinga was not at peace with Ruto, tungekuwa wapi leo? Kama Raila Odinga alikuwa na vurugana na Ruto, hawasikizani, Raila Odinga would not have gotten a state burial. Ruto mano, hata hiyo sanduku yake na mwili yake ingefika, hakuna mtu angesaidia kucontrol ma crowds, ingekuwa chaos all over, ingekuwa mbaya kabisa. Watu wangeuana, watu wangeenda kwa maandamano. Tukiwa kwa maandamano na sanduku ya Raila, tungepigwa risasi na serikali. That is what would have happened. So Raila Odinga making peace with Ruto was for him to have a peaceful burial and transition upon his death. And that's just the truth. Because right now nimejua ya kwamba Raila Odinga alijua alikuwa mgonjwa, akaenda matibabu, na alijua alivyokuwa, alikuwa amechoka, akasema mimi sifi Kenya, naenda mbali na hii nchi ambayo imenikosea heshima hii miaka yote. Sawa. So for those of you, let us speak the truth that will make you uncomfortable. That is what happened. So Raila Odinga, gone he is. And yes, we have all been here mourning for him. I will say why I'm mourning for Raila Odinga. I'm mourning for Raila. Mmewambia hakuna kujifanya, ati mnataka kujifanya hapa ati sijui Sifuna akusimp. Sifuna is also a simper. Everybody in ODM is a simper. Everybody in ODM is a person that ate from Raila. Unasikia? Wanajifanya hapo eti wanalilia Raila, but wote walikuwa wanakula na jina yake. Wote walikuwa wanamtumia. And let me tell you, the last election, when Raila Odinga lost, he lost to Ruto with 180,000 votes. He lost because ODM did not put agents in places like Rift Valley and Central. Pesa nayo walikuwa nayo. Those members of parliament were so interested in their seats. The governors walikuwa interested in their seats. Akuna. Listen, we will say he lost because the last ballot, the last count did not say he won. Hata kama aliibiwa, mbona watu wa ODM hawakuiba nao? Walikuwa wapi wakiibiwa? Watu wa ODM wanapenda kusema ati Raila aliibiwa. Mulikuwa wapi Raila wengine wakiiba? Yes, he lost because they did not steal like the other people stole. Imagine Raila losing with 180,000 votes. Yet, in Luo Nyanza, a lot of people, over 200,000, did not go to vote. Kwa nini mnapenda kujifanya hapa? Ati mnasema baba. Na siku ya kura, ile siku ya kura yenye watu wanafaa kuwa wanaenda kupiga kura, MPs, MCAs, magavana wenye wanafaa kumobilize watu watoke, hawakufanya hiyo kazi. They did not. Tunaelewa? So he lost. Let's just be honest. Because if it is about kuiba kura, ODM had the opportunity to also kuiba. Kwa nini hawakuiba? Imagine kuna watu Homa Bay walikuwa wanapata kura mingi kushinda Raila Odinga. Chekesha, wacha nicheke. So, those people who were in the funeral, yesterday, the way that ODM was the focus. And in fact, let me tell you another thing. Shame on you. The whole of ODM fraternity. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because that was Raila Odinga's funeral. But you made it an ODM affair. You made it an affair about your future in politics. You did not care. Let me tell you guys. The whole conversation in the funeral, hapo kwa politics, hakukuwa na mtu yote alikuwa anaongelelea wananchi. Nobody talked about the will of the people. Nobody talked about we shall respect the voters. We shall respect the will of the people. Nobody. Nobody talked about respecting the will of the people. Nobody talked about quality leadership. None. Not even one. Everybody was talking about kukua kwa serikali, broad-based broadband government. Sijui next year, next 20 we shall be with Uhuru, with Ruto. Hatutakuwa nje ya serikali. Sijui nini. Nothing. Hakuna. Everybody was talking about broad-based. Watu walikuwa na, by the way, let me tell you, mkitaka kujua watu wa ODM ni waongo. They have been screaming to us yesterday, telling us about what Raila Odinga wanted. Let me tell the people of Luo Nyanza. If Raila wants something, he always talked to us. He always told us. Raila always said what he wanted. He never said anything about us joining the government. Kama Raila hakuambia muingie kwa serikali kama nyinyi watu wa ODM, nimewambia the honor you can give Raila Odinga as voters in Homa Bay and Luo Nyanza. Vote for quality leadership, not chama. Nimewambia, and I'm saying it very clearly. Na nimesema hapa, guys, if you want to be free as people of Luo Nyanza, vote for quality leadership, not party politics. Don't vote for parties. Vote for individuals because they are qualified to lead. We have been in ODM since 2005. Yet we are the most poor performing counties. We have the highest HIV prevalence. We have the highest child marriages. We have the highest teenage pregnancies. Not just in Kenya, we are even ranked almost third globally. Please, let me tell you, do not listen to the lie about chama. Don't. That lie about chama is why we are poor up to today. That lie about chama is why we have people imposed upon us. We need to be free as the people of Luo Nyanza. If the people of ODM, the people in ODM, akina Sifuna, akina Nani, believe in what Raila Odinga stood for, they should allow democracy to be exercised in Luo Nyanza and multipartyism to be exercised in Luo Nyanza. You can't claim that Raila Odinga is the father of multi-party, but you don't want to allow another party in Luo Nyanza. Komeni huko kwenini kabisa, mnatudanganya. You cannot say that you are going to live with the ideals of Raila Odinga, but you do not want to leave the people to make choices of the quality leaders that they want. You should not. It's wrong. So mimi nimesema wale wote pale wote walikuwa wana protect Brenyo. Wote walikuwa wana protect Brenyo. Akina Milly, akina Gladys, akina Sifuna, akina sijui nani Junet, akina Mbadi, they were all Brenyo protectors. These people are so scared of being out of the leadership roles that they are in today. Unasikia? Ni simpas. Jana walikuwa na simp mpaka kwa mkundu ya Ruto. Shameless people. Ati sasa mimi tunataka kusema vile baba alisema wapi? Aliwaambia wapi? Sisi baba hakuna kitu alituambia about Ruto. No. He did not tell us anything. Ile kitu tunajua baba alifanya handshake na Ruto kwa sababu kulikuwa na vijana walikuwa na wanakufa. That is what we know. Sisi hatujui anything about broad base. Sijui 14 point nini ya kuingia kwa broad hizo ni zao. Guys, let me tell you something. The people of New Nyanza, if you guys want to be free, do not, and I've said do not ever engage yourself moving forward with the idea of one party politics. We must practice that which Raila Odinga taught us. Multi-party and democracy. Democracy means that we are allowed as voters to choose leaders that are good for us. Let me tell you why the Luo community and the political class is obsessed with the idea of unity. Do you know why the Luos are obsessed with the idea of unity? Can I tell you why the politicians are obsessed with the idea of unity in Luo Nyanza? Do you know why? Because they want to use us and sell us to the highest bidder. The Luo voting bloc will be sold by Gladys, Sifuna, and the leadership of ODM, including Oburu Odinga, to Ruto. That is why they want to use us. Unasikia? We are the ones that are going to be used to vote in bloc for Ruto in 2027. That is what they are doing. They are preparing us for that. Unasikia? The Central Kenya vote is a threat to Ruto. And that is why he needs something to replace the Central Kenya vote. And the Central Kenya vote is going to be replaced by the Luo. That means we need to be unified so that we can give that vote as a block, so that his presidency is not seen as not legitimate. That's what Ruto wants us for. Na nimewambia, Luos never learn. Wajaluo hamlan, nyini wajinga. You never learn. Yani hamlan. How many times have you been used? Kutoka enzi za Kibaki, kutoka enzi za Uhuru. Tena Ruto pia watumie mara ya pili. Are you normal? Are you normal? Listen, I just want to know, why are you people interested in the idea of being in a government? It's useless. We have devolution. The Luos don't need to be the national government. We don't. We need to work in the county level so that our counties are improved with the money that we get in the counties. Raila Odinga already left you devolution. You don't need the presidency. You don't. The presidency does not give us anything. We have money that comes into the counties. That is where the work is. That is where we need to be creating jobs. That is where we need to have industries. It is in the county level. Why is ODM obsessed with being in government, national government? Kwa nini? Kwa nini ODM is obsessed na kukua kwa national government? I'm just wondering. We don't need the national government. We have devolution. Ruto is going to be using the Luo block. That is why everybody in ODM today is preaching about Luo unity. Akwero, we don't need unity in Luo to favor politicians. We do not need unity in Luo Nyanza to favor a few politicians and their pockets. We are tired. And let me tell you, personally as Diana Ross, the gospel I want to be preaching is the gospel of choosing leaders without thinking about party. In Luo Nyanza, we are headed to an elections in 2027. Please, na nimewaambia hapa, what happened yesterday is also very spiritual na amujui. Yesterday, we did not just bury Raila Odinga, we also buried ODM. And it shall come to pass. He say, you people put Raila Odinga with the orange scarf, and you put him with the hat and the whisk, you buried ODM. It is spiritual. Raila Odinga has gone with that which he created. Umesikia? Wacheni kujifanya hapa ati ODM is dead. ODM died even before Raila Odinga was buried. Sanduku ya Raila Odinga ilikuwa imesimama pale na ODM members wako pale wamesimp mpaka kwa mkundu ya Ruto. Raila Odinga hakukuwa ameingizwa kwa sanduku kwa kaburi. Sanduku yake ilikuwa pale bado imesimama. They were there preaching, simping to Ruto. Unasikia? Simping to Ruto before Raila Odinga was buried. ODM was buried yesterday. That's the truth that you people need to know. And nimewaambia hapa, it shall come to pass. And this is the only way that we are going to be free as the Luo community. From sycophancy, brainwashing, and the imposing of politicians upon us. The only way we are going to develop as the Luo community is when we free ourselves from party politics. It's important for us to decide on the people we are putting in power as Luos based on merit, credit, character, performance, and not party politics. Wewe ukisema una vote ODM, inakusaidia na nini? Ukivote ODM inakusaidia na nini? Because wewe kuvote ODM as a block inasaidia watu wa ODM. Wewe kama a voter in Nyanza kuvote ODM inakubenefit na nini? Utachagua party ama utachagua mtu mwenye anasaidia? Let's be honest. Are we going to be choosing people because of a party, or we are choosing performance? That is why we have had MPs serving for 5 terms. Ya nini? Ati mtu anakuwa MP mara 5. Anaenda 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, 4 term. Why? That's wrong. That is stifling and closing up spaces for other young people. That is why we don't have young generations in parliament. Tumelewa? Ndio maana tuko na generation watu vijana wadogo hawaingii kwa in leadership positions because the old guard, mliona aibu gani ile? Ati Oburu Odinga, youth leader, senator, youth leader, he's 82. Oburu Odinga is 82 and is the youth leader in Kenya. Shameful. Some things we just need to say no to. It doesn't make sense. Most of the people in ODM do not want to create spaces for the younger generations to get into power. That is why they are obsessed with the idea of leadership and one block. That is why the leadership in ODM has always been the same. There is nobody new getting in. Our attack is they don't want to create spaces for the younger generations, even nominations. Do you people know that ODM is the only party that nominates even people who cannot read and write? Kama nadanganya mseme hapa. ODM iko na MCAs wenye hawajui kuandika na kusoma. It is in ODM that we have people who are nominated who are in their 80s and in their 70s. They don't know how to read and write. ODM is a party where people nominate their wives, their husbands, their concubines, their girlfriends, their drivers. That is in ODM. Kwa nini mnajifanya hapa ati mnajifanya you are the party for the people? No. You are the party that has been oppressing the people. That's the truth you need to be told. Nyinyi ndio mmekuwa party ya oppress the people. Let me tell you guys. Look at Raila Odinga's death as a blessing in Nyanza. Raila Odinga's demise is like a blessing in disguise in Nyanza. It's going to be time for us to start thinking with our own heads. It is time for us to start looking at leadership from a different angle rather than being imposed leaders. Unasikia? Sisi, senator mwenye tuko nayo tulipatiwa na Raila Odinga, alitulazimisha. Governor wa Homa Bay alitulazimisha. Kidero ndiye alikuwa governor wa Homa Bay, tulilazimishwa. Umesikia? MPs wa Homa Bay wote tulilazimishwa. Ni watu wenye walikuwa na sukuma kwetu, hatukuwa tumewajua. Unasikia? Wacheni kujifanya hapa. Ati we are saying now we want, if you want to honor Raila Odinga as a Luo and a person in Luo Nyanza, the greatest gift you can give him as the father of democracy is to make sure you vote for people based on merit. That is the greatest thing that you need to give to Raila Odinga. Vote based on merit, credit, character and performance. Period. Sio story na ati baba no wacho. Ati unajua ile nini line wanataka kutumia 2027. Baba said, when Baba died, Baba said that we should do this. No, Baba is dead, my friend. And Baba has not said anything. Dead people don't talk. We will honor Baba for his legacy, but Baba has gone with that which he created. ODM was buried yesterday. Now, as the people of Luo Nyanza, we are free because we are having as an opportunity to sit down and reflect on the leadership in Luo Nyanza. That is what is going to happen. It's time for us as people of Luo Nyanza, Mondo, we reflect on leadership based on merit, because we need to start thinking. Luo Nyanza is one of the counties that is performing poorly. Literacy levels 0, chini. Tuko chini kabisa. Masomo chini. Na sisi tunafaa kuwa tunaperform. The health of our counties is pathetic. Unasikia? We don't have access to just basic necessities in the hospitals that we have. Lakini mko pale bo mnapiga kelele ODM. ODM is not going to help you with anything. The reason why Gladys Wanga and the groups want ODM is because they know right now, and that's just the truth, we do not have anyone that is going to be like a national political figure. Hakuna, hatuna. But what they don't understand is that for you to become a political figure, a national political figure, you have to work. It takes work. Raila Odinga was not loved within 1 year. Raila Odinga worked to be loved by the people. Raila Odinga toiled to be loved by the people. He went to jail to be loved by the people. He even had to resign from his seat and go for a fresh election to be loved by the people. Unasikia? He worked to be where he was. That love, that respect is something that he worked for. It's not something he gained overnight. But these greedy goons in ODM want to be national politicians within 1 year. They've not done anything, but they want to be accorded national. We are going to be in government. As who? What have you achieved? If you cannot achieve growth in your own county level. Gladys Wanga has 2,000 ghost workers in the county, but she wants to be part of the government. You are going to take that tagari in the government, the national government. Right now, we are talking about Mbadi being a minister of finance. How has that helped Homa Bay? Mbadi being minister of finance has only helped his house. It has only helped his house and his children, not the people of Homa Bay. Ati Mbadi ati ni minister of finance. Inatusaidia na sisi kama watu wa Homa Bay? Imetusaidia na nini? Nothing. You don't get anything because Mbadi is a minister of finance. Nothing. That is something that is only helping him. Sio sisi. So kwa hivyo kutuambia TG ati Ruto ameappoint Mjaluo ameingia kwa minister of finance. Bullshit. Nonsense. Thank you so much. Ati huyu ameingia Ministry of Finance, ati huyu ameenda water, hiyo haitusaidii. We have a county and we have Tamima, thank you, and we have devolution. Tuko na majimbo. Pesa zinakuja kwa county. Hiyo 15 billion ikiletwa Homa Bay County, hiyo ndo pesa yetu tunategemea. That is what we want to use. Atujali. Politics ya national haitusaidii. Because we have never, ever benefited directly from national politics. Unasikia? The people that have, thank you JB, the people that have benefited from national politics are the politicians themselves. It is the politicians. Let us stop lying to each other. Ati mnataka kuingia kwa serikali. Itasaidia nani? Tuko na majimbo. Ile kazi tunataka watu wa ODM watuambie ni kwamba wanataka ku create more spaces for younger people and more young women who can read and write ili wakuwa nominated, waingie into parliament, waingie into the nomination slots za Homa Bay ODM. Those are the conversations we want to hear. We don't want to hear ODM talking to us about the old people still going to vie. Hatutaki kusikia hiyo. If ODM believes in what Raila stood for, which is democracy, they need to now start having conversations about creating spaces for new generation, new faces, new leadership, the younger generations, people who are performance, people who actually understand the will of the people. Sawa sawa. Hii hivi kukua na Ruto itasaidia just the greedy people who care about their pockets. Ndio maana pale kwa matanga shamelessly Raila hata kukua amezikwa na wanang'ang'ania kiti ya chairmanship. Wanafikiria tu kuona. Kwani wanafikiria sisi ni wajinga? Oburu naye ako pale hivyo, guy ODM akinyini maduanzi, sijui niwaambie nini. Imagine ati the leadership of the party has been given to Oburu Odinga. Huyo mwenye atanguka hapa kesho. Then kesho tena mtakuja kuchagua mtu mwingine. Yani hata badala ya kuchagua somebody who is even younger, mseme now we are giving this to a younger person, ati Oburu tena ndiye amepewa. Guys, ODM has been using the Luo community. It's time. The Luo community has been used by ODM too much. It is time. And I'm saying this, now take it to the bank. The last time we are going to ever know and hear about ODM is this by-election. Ya Kasipul Kabonda. Because I know that Luos are going to honor Raila Odinga by voting Ongondowere's son. That is the last thing they are going to do. Otherwise, as the Luo community right now, we really need to dissociate from party politics. Because the reason why everybody in the party is obsessed with putting us together is because wanataka kutuuza. Machungwa unaweka kwa kikombe moja, alafu unauza vizuri. Ukichukua machungwa uweke kwa vikombe 10, hauwezi ukajiuza. Poa. So they are putting us together because they want to get into a coalition with the Ruto government and sell us to the Ruto government. Because if we vote as a block in the coalition where Ruto is also involved, it means that when Ruto becomes president, it's going to be difficult to challenge the legitimacy of his presidency. That's why Ruto needs the Luo community. Ndio maana amekuwa kinyemelea akienda huko Homa Bay usiku. Nani ajui? That is what Ruto has been doing. Going to Homa Bay like it's just a weekend here. Kurukaruka akienda pale Homa Bay. Hakuna kitu ingine. He's trying to woo the Luo community. That's what he's doing. Hatutaki. Sisi, we are tired. Nasikia. In fact, let us continue mourning for Raila Odinga by refusing to negotiate about quality leadership. That is the right way to honor him. Raila Odinga believed in democracy. That democracy, it is time for us to now practice it. ODM was buried with Raila Odinga yesterday. I've said it. And I'm not backing off my words. The people who are sitting on that platform talking about leadership and ODM yesterday, they were doing it because they want to protect their pockets. They want to be safe in 2027. Because they know without Raila Odinga in 2027, wataenda nyumbani wote. Wote wataenda nyumbani. All of those people umeona wamesimama pale, they were never elected by the people. They were people who were selected by the ODM party and imposed upon the people. Kwa nini tujifanye? Let's speak the truth that most of you don't want to see. Wote mpaka magovernors walikuwa wamekuwa imposed on the people. Ati Raila akisha kuja akabeba mkono ya mtu juu, kila mtu sasa ati huyo ndio huyo. It wasn't about the will of the people. We need to be at a place where the will of the people is respected. That is what democracy is. That is what democracy entails in the Luo community. So when you talk about Raila being the father of democracy, let us now live as the people who are going to honor his legacy. Sawa? Umesikia? So the solution is simple. Do not vote for party. Vote for individuals, character, performance, service delivery. And also do not accept old people. Wenye hawezi wakaandika na wakatema. Homa Bay County iko na MCS wenye wako nominated wenye hawajui kuandika jina zao. Yes, go and check. They don't know how to write their names. They don't know how to say, hata hawajui kuongea wakiwa kwa nini kwa county assembly hawajui. Wanajua tu kusema Kijaluo peke yake. The nominated MCAs that were there, and again they are from family members, they are from friends and everything. It's just sad. They can't even express themselves. Imagine you are having someone in the county assembly that cannot express themselves. This person is supposed to be passing bills. This person is supposed to be helping make decisions about the money that is coming into the county. Na hajui kuandika jina, hajui kusoma. Where are we going? You fail by electing pathetic leaders. That's the thing. So in 2027, Luo Nyanza, fungueni macho na mfungue masikio. Raila Odinga, legacy yake tutamheshimu, ameenda vizuri, lakini ametufundisha, na hiyo mafunzo ametupatia ni ya kidemokrasia, na demokrasia inatuhitaji tuchague wale leaders ambao ni performance, sio chama. Tuachane na maneno ya party politics kama Luo Nyanza, and we will develop. That is the only way we will develop. The moment we continue talking about chungwa moja, sijui 6 piece, we are going to be sold by the politicians, because nini, akina Gladys Wanga wanafanya biashara na sisi. That's what they do. They put you in a block, then they tell you that hatutakuwa nje ya serikali next time, tutakuwa ndani ya serikali. Niambie, Gladys Wanga akiwa ndani ya serikali itakusaidia aje wewe kama mkaaji wa Homa Bay? Can someone tell me, when Gladys Wanga is in government, how is it going to help you as a Homa Bay resident? If Milly Mabona is in government, itakusaidia na nini as a resident of Homa Bay or Kisumu? Nothing. Nothing. It's not going to bring anything to your table. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to improve your life. It's not going to create any job for you. Nothing. Sawa. So it's important sahi tuanze ku think as the Luo community. Yes, Wadong Marach, but Raila Odinga's death could be something that we need to think about as a moment for us to reflect on our behavior when it comes to politics. So important for us to open our eyes. Sasa wacheni niwaambie, chama nayo imesha sambaratika. Hiyo ya ODM, whether they want to accept it or not, chama imesambaratika. Already it is divided because they are all greedy. We know the politicians, they are all greedy. That's why walikuwa pale hawana heshima, wana behave kama nini, kuku zenye zimemwagiwa mtama. Ati orphans nitawaeka pamoja. Mimi na party yetu haitafanyika sijui ni. Why would you talk about a party if you know that it's not broken? If you are confident the party is fine, why should you talk about it like that? They are scared. They know it is broken. They know it is their branch. So, I want to talk about individuals here. Let me talk about Babu Owino. Babu Owino, he's young, he's noisy, he's goonish, he's thuggish, he's everything that Gen Z might like. But Babu Owino is not going anywhere when it comes to politics in Nyanza. Babu Owino, and I'm repeating again, Babu Owino is not sellable in Nyanza. I'm telling you, ndio muelewe. Sawa, huwezi uza sera za Babu Owino Nyanza. Umesikia? Because first of all, Babu Owino anatoka wapi? Hoja kani? Uon Babu Owino dinga. Wanatoka wapi? Ukoo yake ni gani? Because you've been talking about the kinship. Mmekuwa mkisema about kinship ati Babu Owino will take after Raila. Chekesha. First of all, Babu Owino is a criminal. Criminals belong where criminals wenzao wanakaa huko. Unasikia? Hakuna kitu tunajifanya hapa. We are not going to have a criminal as a kinsman. A thug that uses rowdiness and violence. Ati we are going to have that as our kinship. Sijui ahead of the Luo community. Never. It can never happen. Babu Owino is a person that belongs to prison. If we believe in true leadership, let us say the truth. This is a man that has a very serious stain. A very serious and bad stain. He changed the life and the course of life of somebody else. How can he then improve your lives? This is a person that has the courage to shoot mwenzake mbele ya watu. This is a person that had the courage to tell another person that naweza kutoa maisha yako. Sasa wewe atakuprotect namna gani? Atakuprotect namna gani? Mnapiga kelele ti babu. Babu is a thug, a criminal that belongs to jail. That's all. Hakuna kitu kingine. I'm telling you the truth. Na ndio baya majenzi, because saa ingine wafikiriangi like mna promote a person mwenye ni goon, criminal, mwenye tumemwona vizuri na tabia zake. Mtu mwenye hana decorum, mtu mwenye hana heshima, mtu mwenye hana sanity, mtu mwenye hajui kujieka polepole mbele ya watu. When Raila Odinga died, Babu Owino tried to make conversations about him to be there. Alikuwa anataka kujicenter around the death of Raila Odinga, kuambia watu mara ati my life is in danger. Who cares about you? Babu, Yani nani anakujali wewe? Mtoto wa Muhindi. Ati sasa tukujali sisi, tushughulike na wewe. Ati sasa ati tuache story ya Raila, tushughulike na wewe. Ati wewe uko important. No, babu, you are not important. You are trying to seek sympathy, making conversations be around Babu Owino at the time when we were burying a patriot, an icon. Shame, man. Shame. Hiyo ndio maana nakwambia wewe si Mjaluo. Wajaluo wabie vivo. Hizo ni tabia za nani? Gujarat. Hizo ni tabia za Gujarat huko. Unasikia? Hawezi ukapata kama Mjaluo ambaye alikuwa ameheshimu Raila Odinga, anataka kujisenta. Anataka kutumia kifo ya Raila Odinga as a source of sympathy. That does not happen in Luoland. Raila Odinga was a statesman, and not just a statesman, he was being buried as a statesman and also father of democracy. And let me tell you, Babu Owino should have seen Raila Odinga kama grandfather, hata sio baba. Ni kama grandfather. Yani ule mtu mwenye amekushinda na miaka na umri, unafaa kuwa una learn kutoka kwake. Lakini huyu kijana, this goon decided ati kwa vile Raila amekufa, this is an opportunity for me to start doing the goonish business ya kwanza kupost ati I don't feel safe. Sijui naona ni kama nafuatwa. Who are you? Inga. We ni nani? Tabia za Patel na Kurushi. Na Kurshi. My friend, utaenda upike chicken curry huko. You are not sellable in Nyanza. I have told you the truth. Babu Owino is not sellable in Nyanza. Hata ukitembea na jina yake ukigonga mamilango hivi ukisema door to door, he is not sellable. Take that to the bank. And I can tell you, Babu Owino, if you want to survive politically 2027, you better leave ODM. Hapo utasurvive. Enda ukashikane na watu wengine, ugain your seat using a different party. I've told you mapema. Na usiseme siku kuambia. The people in ODM are going to kick you out. I've told you, take this to the bank, because you know what? They are very uncomfortable with your energy. Kama hujajua, they are uncomfortable with your energy. Wacha nikwambie ile ukweli yenye ujui. Malingling, mawanyisi, majiok nyisi, unasikia? Son of Patni, Kashmir. You better remove yourself, kijana ya Patel, ujitoe polepole. Look for a way of working with Gen Zs in a way that is positive. You have been promoting goonism, unajua thuggish business and behavior among the Gen Z. Look for a way that you can work with Gen Zs in a way that is positive, that is helpful, that is good to promote the leadership of young people in Kenya. Unataka kukua goon, unataka kuleta your thuggish behavior, ati unataka kuleta ati impose on us. Unafikiria every place unaweza enda na goonish behavior and uwezi. My friend, tulisha kuona na jisho la kumanina kitambo. Tulikuona kitambo sana. Unasikia? Onge kumidhiye. Hakuna. By the way, tusijifanye na mtu asikuja kusema Diana Ross is tribal. These are facts. In the Luo community, it is very difficult for you to toboa ukwe kinship. The people who are kins in the Luo community, they are ordained by our ancestors. Unasikia? The people who are, for you to become a Luo elder or a Luo leader or a Western leader, you are ordained. You are ordained by the ancestors. So your roots have to be down. BH nyaka Benolwar, Nyanza. Unasikia your placenta, au yokora na wafundisha spiritualism. Unasikia with leadership. BH nyaka Benolwar Nyanza. Umesikia? Lazima utakuwa na roots. Wazazi wako, kila kitu yako roots zake lazima zikuwe na hiyo damu lazima ikuwe hapo Nyanza. Which Babu does not have. Hakuna mtu mwenye atamwodei. As who? Nani? Nimewaambia sahi, hata tukiamua tuchukue Winnie Odinga kama analala kwa kitanda tumpeleke hivi aende akasimame na watu wana vote na Babu Owino amekampaign Homa Bay. Winnie Odinga anakuwa governor kama analala kwa kitanda na Babu Owino ana campaign. I've told you Babu Owino can get 3 votes while Winnie Odinga is getting votes and she's just sleeping in her bed. I've told you he's not. Unasikia? Hayuko, he's nowhere. So anafaa ku wake up mapema ndiye ajue. And same goes to ati anajipima nguvu na watu kama kina Sifuna, sijui ya kina nani. Let me tell you, sometimes akufukuzae ya kuambii toka. Unasikia? We bado umelala hapo ati unafikiria uko ODM ati umependwa. My friend, the only person that was protecting Babu Owino in ODM was Raila Odinga. The exit of Raila Odinga is going to put Babu Owino sasa kama ile kuku yenye mvua imepiga. I'm telling you. I'll tell you, there's nowhere he's going. Hakuna. Unasikia? So, the only person I'm seeing anaenda kukua okay in ODM. And this is the truth. In as much as she's not a performer, in as much as she's not productive, na tunajua anaiba pesa za county mingi, ni Gladys Wanga. That is the person that I know alitembea na Raila Odinga, na Raila Odinga ukweli ni kama alimwekea blessing yake. That is going to be the face of Luoland. We are going to have an opportunity to have a woman as the face of Luoland in national politics. I'm not lying to you. That's the person that is there. Hakuna. There is no other person. I've told you, now take this to the bank. And that is why her alignment with Ruto has been there for the past 1 year. It's been Raila Odinga amejaribu kumweka karibu na Ruto kabisa. Because they are planning on that coalition ili elevate politically. And of course, national politics. So, and Gladys Wanga could easily become Ruto's running mate. Nimewambia. So, Sifuna na Babu, I'm not gonna put Sifuna and Babu na Mwamba na Babu Owino in the same basket. No. Sifuna has different values, a different character from Babu. I've said Babu Owino is a thug. Sawa? A criminal that belongs to jail. Sifuna is not in that rank. So don't put him together, pan. Tafadhali. Sifuna kama anaona anaweza akasimama peke yake, atabaki na hiyo machungwa kwa kichwa yake peke yake. Unasikia? Unajua Sifuna vile anapiga kifua ati ODM itasimama imara. My dear Sifuna, hakuna ODM itasimama imara. Utabaki na machungwa moja kwa kichwa yako peke yako. If you don't know Sifuna, your fellows have already started sleeping with the government in place. Utabaki peke yako na hiyo machungwa kwa kichwa. Kidiede wiimi woto. Akweli. You people don't know what is coming ahead. The politicians are greedy. They are taking care of their stomachs. They are preparing for 2027. The death of Raila has put them in jeopardy. They don't know what the future holds. They are no longer going to be employed because Raila ensured they were employed using a selection. But now they are going to be forced to start working with the people. Because don't expect Ruto to come and campaign for a Luo politician in Luo Nyanza. Una expect Ruto wakifanya coalition eti atakuja kucampaign kutuuzia sera ya politician ati huyu ndio mumpatie. I'm just asking, is it possible? Ati Ruto akuja apatie Wajaluo direction. Anawauliza tu, is it gonna work? Is it possible? And now with the death of Raila Odinga, Gladys Wanga is even in a very difficult spot because Gladys Wanga's only way of surviving politically is by aligning with Ruto. Because Gladys asiposhikana na Ruto aingie kwa national politics, Gladys Wanga is never going to be accepted at home. Kwa sababu yeye ni mwanamke. Hiyo ndio shida tuko nayo. Na tena si wa Homa Bay. Ni kwa vile ameoleka tu Homa Bay. Hiyo ndio shida. Gladys Wanga hata akiwa governor alikuwa amekataliwa kila mahali. Alikataliwa kabisa. Watu hata walikufa wakimkataa in Homa Bay. So Gladys ndio ashinde ama apate nafasi Homa Bay, lazima atajilainisha na serikali. Umeelewa? Because she cannot win by herself without Raila Odinga. Without Raila Odinga, Gladys Wanga cannot be governor again. So she has to find the way to align herself. That's the issue. That's what's going to happen. Na vile iko sahi, she is the only person that is known in terms of national politics. Tuseme tu kweli. It is easier to sell Gladys Wanga in Central na Western than to sell Sifuna. Tuseme ukweli, Ni rahisi sana kutembea na Gladys Wanga kama vice president candidate than kutembea na Sifuna. Kwa ODM, kama Ruto anaingiza mtu kwa serikali, angalieni ODM yote, it is easier for Ruto to pick Wanga, not Millie Mabona. No, Millie Mabona cannot be picked by Ruto. Reason being, your age differences, alafu, she has served parliament for long. I believe that 2027, Millie Mabona might be seeking something different, not the MP. In fact, Millie Mabona akienda kuvai kama MP tena, 2027, atashindwa. Si wadanganyi? Wacha niwaambie, our politicians, they are in a bad place. Hawalali sahi. They are not sleeping because ile pesa yenye inaenda kutoka kwa mkono yao hawaamini. Orengo, who is Orengo? Orengo mwenye hata ameshindwa kutengeneza roundabout huko Siaya peke yake. Orengo is hated in Siaya. He's a poor performer. Hakuna pali anaenda. Unasikia? So Orengo au ni watu wanaenda nyumbani. Kama si Raila ule ni mtu anaenda nyumbani. I've told you politics dynamics have changed now. How about I've told you anything ODM is dead in 2027. That is why I worry about the Gen Z. This is the time yenye wangefaa wana mobilize na wanaanza kujitafutia leaders within the grassroots level. This is what we talked about, that Gen Z wamepotea because they have not started mobilizing right so that they start finding leaders within the grassroots level. Unasikia? Ati Matiang'i akue ni messenger wa Ruto ama? There are people that mnafaa kuelewa are going nowhere in terms of national politics. Matiang'i cannot be voted for. Nani atavotia vote Matiang'i presidency? Nani? Atapata vote 18? Nobody. Hakuna. Matiang'i is nobody. He going nowhere. In fact, the people in Nairobi wenye wanafaa kukua na wanaogopa sahi. This is Babu Owino, Jalango, au ni watu wenye wanafaa kuogopa. Wasipojipanga, huyu Kajwang mwingine, huyu Kajwang mwenye nini? Kajwang mwenye ako inaitwaje? Ni MP wapi? Kajwang, TJ Kajwang. Ni MP wa? Huyu TJ Kajwang ni MP wa wapi huyu? Nimesahau. Ni wa wapi huyu Nairobi? Si ni wa Nairobi. Where is he from? There is a constituency Roraka. Au wate watakuwa casualties in 2027. Wache tu niwaambie. Anything, let me put it straight. Anybody that Raila Odinga alisaidia kukua kwa parliament anaenda nyumbani 2027. Anybody mwenye alisaidiwa na Raila Odinga kuingia kwa parliament anaenda nyumbani 2027. I can assure you that. Take it to the bank. Anything that was about Raila Odinga kumbeba mkono wote home wanaenda nyumbani. So ndio maana unaona wana behave kama wenda wazimu, wanataka kuingia kwa mgundu ya Ruto because they have no protection. Why, if you are confident about being voted for, why should you talk about party politics? I'm just asking. If you are confident that you are a performer, that you are good with the people and that the people love you, you can't talk about party politics. A politician that is confident about themselves will even go with independent. Lakini wanaogopa. That's why they are clinging to ODM like mad people. Unasikia? Ati Kalonzo, times have changed. Nobody is going to vote for Kalonzo. I have told you Ruto is going to be president in 2027. That one, take it to the bank. But he is going to pick a running mate from Luo Nyanza. So hapa kwa running mate ndio kuna kizungumkuti. And I'm telling you, if it's not Gladys Wanga, I don't know who else. Because Gladys Wanga nae aendi kukua anything without Raila Odinga. Ndio maana wanakufa na ODM. Sawa, Winnie Odinga, women rep Nairobi. Guys, I like Winnie Odinga, the behavior she had when her dad died and everything. But there's something about Winnie Odinga and Ida Odinga that I don't like. There's something they did to Fidel's wife that most of you don't know. Winnie Odinga and Ida Odinga walinyanyasa mjane. Wakampeleka kotini, wakataka kumnyang'anya. In fact, walimnyang'anya urithi ya bwanake. Go and check there. I will never forget that. Sawa? It is very wrong. If we are talking about leadership, lazima tuongelele maukweli. Sawa sawa? Wali pambana sana na bibi ya Fidel. Mpaka hata sahi Raila Odinga Jr. is the one that is managing the estate ya Fidel. Very wrong. Imagine wameweka huyu bibi ya Fidel hawezi akatumia pesa yenye Fidel alimwachia ati unless ni kwa mahitaji ya mtoto. That's evil. When something is wrong, let us call it out for what it is. Wezi sema tunanyanyasa mjane. Sasa ona, Ida, ulinyanyasa mjane. Wewe pia sasa we ni mjane. I'm sure you will now know what it means to be mjane. It was wrong. It was uncalled for. Imagine kina Aida na kina Winnie, watu ambao wenye wako na a lot of wealth. People who have amassed a lot of wealth. People who are having a lot of investments. Wanaamua kuenda kungangania pesa na urithi ya mjane. Mwanamke ambaye ako na mtoto. Ati unaenda pale kufanya nini? Kumnyang'anya. Mpaka manyumba, sijui maploti, sijui pesa zilibaki kwa account. It's very wrong bwana. And then msome hiyo kesi yuko kwa Google. Unajua? It's very wrong. Let us call what is wrong. Nimeona watu wengine wakijaribu kufront Aida Odinga wakisema, "Oh, Aida ingia kwa politics." A lot of the women wenye ni machizi, wenye tuko nao Homa Bay, waliletwa na Aida Odinga. A lot of the women wenye wako kwa ODM, wenye ni machizi, madwanzi, wenye wajui kuandika na kusoma, waliletwa na Aida Odinga. Nimesema mwenye anataka aende anipige. And I told you my content will make you uncomfortable after the funeral because tumemaliza matanga, wacha tuongee ukweli. Kwani ni kesho? So in terms of leadership, Adagi, you cannot say you're pro women while you are oppressing a widow. Hapo naye tuseme tu kweli. No way. There's no way. And these are facts that are there. They even made her go through a DNA test. Eti walileta girlfriend ya Fidel mwenye ako na mapacha. Guys, mnajua hiyo story? Mlijua Fidel alikuwa na girlfriend mwenye ako na mapacha? Wakasema why au watoto waende through DNA testing ili hao watoto wachukue urithi ya Fidel. Unajua? So you guys mnafaa kujua vitu zingine hapo na ma stories za Kisumu. Ngoja tutazidi kuambia polepole hapa because there are some truths that you need to know. Is it true that Fidel wasn't Raila Odinga's son? No, Fidel was not Raila Odinga's son, but it's okay because Raila Odinga raised him. What's beautiful than any person raising a child mwenye sio wake by blood? That is respectful. Hebu tupigie Raila Odinga makofi. Wala unasema not my son, not haijalishi kama hata hakukuwa wake wa damu lakini alimraise. How many of you have children that you've raised? Sawa, unasikia? Let us just be respectful and agree. For him to have the audacity to raise a child that was not his from his loins. Bwana mpatieni heshima yake kwani ni kesho. Mnaanza kujifanya hapa sijui not his child. That was his child. Unasikia? Hizo zingine DNA ikisema no, yes, that's okay. That's a true man. Any man that can raise a child that he did not bear with his loins, that's a respectable man bwana. Unasikia? Nimeona watu wakijaribu kumpiga na hiyo kitu. Haijalishi. How many of you have children outside? Wangapi? Heri yeye alikubali akaraise huo. Nyinyi wajinga wenye deadbeat, watoto wenu wanakunywa maji na strungi kila siku. Unajifanya hapa tunakuja kuongelelea Raila eti yako si mtoto wake. Wewe, how many of you? Watoto wenu wanaokota mkate huko nje. Umeshindwa kuwachukua mkoa raise. How many? So many of you have children out there and you don't even want to acknowledge them. But you are on Twitter. Si mtoto wake, haya enda umzalishie mtoto mpatie basi. Anybody that is capable of raising a child that they did not bear from their loins, that's a person you should respect. Unasikia? Ati why didn't Fidel's child come for the burial? I'm not Raila Odinga's family. Usiniulize hiyo swali. Mnauliza maswali zingine zenye hazieleweki. I'm not in Odinga's family. I cannot know. and that's a child. How do you question a child from not coming to a funeral? Also, I've already told you what has happened between Ida Odinga and Fidel's wife. Una expect akuje hapo? Hata wewe. Hapo naye, hapo ndio that is one of the places where Ida really performed badly. Hapo tusemeni tu kweli. Kanyone Ida Timo Marach. Kama ngato Timo Marach wawacho okwa uondre no Timo Marach. Kanyono omi achako ngiye very differently. I started looking at her very differently after that whole issue. Unasikia, she was very wrong. And let's be honest, as women, there are things we should not be okay with. Unaona? And in fact, let me tell you, when this case was going on, walitaka waweke ikwe private, ati watu wa camera, watu wa news wasiingie kwa kotini. Lakini the judge said it's a public issue. Hakuna haja isikatai. And again, let me tell you, let us thank Raila Odinga. Tupige makofi tena. Had it not been for Raila Odinga and his obsession with the amendments in the constitution, we would not have the Matrimonial Property Act that saved Luam Bekele from being disinherited. Again, another place where he and the constitution protected a widow like Luam. Unasikia? The Matrimonial Properties Act, unasikia, gave an opportunity for this woman to be able to fight for her husband's property. Tumeelewana? That's why nawambianga kila siku, it's so important for you usome constitution na uelewe na ujue what is happening. Ati hey, what say you about Gachagua not attending? Who cares about Gachagua? Who is Gachagua? Who is Gachagua, guys? What has Gachagua done in history of Kenya? Can you guys tell me one thing that Gachagua has done in the history of Kenya? Tell me what Gachagua has done in the history of Kenya that has been beneficial to Kenyans before I talk about him. Can you tell me? Muniandikie hapo haraka haraka. Hebu mniandikie kitu Gachagua amefanya kwa historia ya Kenya ndio tuanze kumuongelelea. What has Gachagua done? I want to talk about people who have achieved things in Kenya. Hebu mniambie Gachagua amefanya nini Kenya? What has he done? What has he changed? What has he done in terms of constitution? What has he done in terms of progressive leadership, changing, affirmative action? Hebu mniambie ni nini amefanya nini? He was what? Hebu mniambie. Where are we finding? I'm looking for Gachagua's name in the annals of history. I'm looking at the parliamentary Hansard to look. I'm looking for Gachagua in the parliament Hansard. Hebu, can I Google Gachagua? Let me look for Gachagua's achievements, guys. Let us look for Gachagua. Hey Google, show me Gachagua's achievements. Let us see Gachagua's achievements. Gachagua. Hata Google inakata kurecognize jina yake. Gachagua achievements. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is what Wikipedia is saying. Ebu musome. Okay. Wikipedia is saying Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua, born 28 February 1965, a Kenyan politician who served as the second deputy president of Kenya, office established under the 2020 constitution. He served from 13 September 2022 until his impeachment in October 2024. As a member of Jubilee Party, Gachagua served as a member of parliament for Mathira from 2017 to 2022. He is also the party leader for DCP Kenya. Guys, those are Gachagua's achievements. Yeah, they are on Google. Gachagua's achievements, guys. Are we going to clap for him or not? Simbona sioni makofi ama mnataka kulia huko chini? Yes, hizo ndo ninaona hapa. Hakuna kitu haya. Achievements here. On October 2024, Gachagua was impeached by the National Assembly on 11 separate charges. He filed legal charges against the impeachment, but they were rejected by the High Court on 17th October 2024. The Senate upheld 5 of the 11 charges related to allegation of inflaming ethnic tensions. Nasikia? Divisive speeches, promoting ethnic discrimination, hate, and violating the oath of office. Unasikia? And attacking the National Intelligence Service. Tunaendelea. As a result, the verdict of the Senate confirmed the impeachment and he ceased to hold office immediately. Tumelewa? Yeah, hence the swearing in of Kithure Kindiki. So, what is there to talk about Gachagua? I respect myself. Umesikia? Afadhali niongelele Robert Alai. I respect myself. Afadhali Robert Alai alikuwa chairman pale hivyo inaitwaje? Zile manyumba panye walikuwa wanaishi. Ilikuwa na inaitwa Harambee Sacco ama wapi? Robert Alai alikuwa chairperson wa nyumba huko inaitwaje? Ni Great Feather. Nyayo. Alikuwa chairman Nyayo, akasaidia kama Nyayo iko flooded, wakachimba mashimo, maji ikaanza kutoka kwa drainage. Kama kukua na maji, Robert Alai alikuwa anapiga simu, anaita watu, anatafuta watu wa maji, wanakuja wanaleta maji. Ile wakati ya kukua na stima, Robert Alai alikuwa anapigia watu wa KPLC, stima inarudi kwa watu. At least I can talk about that person. Alafu akatoka kukua chairman wa Feather Estate, ni Nyayo Estate, kutoka akakuwa MCA. That is an achievement that you can write in history. It will be known that Robert Alai alikuwa anapigia KPLC alafu stima inarudishwa. It will be known in the annals of history that Robert Alai, mvua ikiwa imenyesha Nyayo Estate, alikuwa anaenda anatafuta jembe na watu na mayouth, anawalipa 5,000, wanachimba, maji inatoka hapo Nyayo Estate. Sawa? That is achievement that will be written down. Tumeelewana? So Gachagua, via Wikipedia, those are his achievements. Sawa? So I have no time to talk about Gachagua because one thing I want to know, because Gachagua ako na miaka ngapi? Tuangalie miaka yake ndio tuongee sasa. Ako na miaka, wait, let us see his age. Alikuwa born 1965 guys. So kwa hivyo sasa ako na miaka ngapi? He was born in 1965. Ako na miaka ngapi leo? So 60. So at 60 years old, I expect Gachagua to have done something, even presented a bill in parliament that would change the course of the lives of Kenyans. Nothing. Sioni? Hakuna. In fact, I'll take my time to go and read about this man. There's really nothing I can find about him. Sawa. So we need to talk about people who are impactful in the lives of Kenyans. Hakuna. Sioni something. I don't see anything to discuss about Gachagua. I'm sorry. Those of you who are obsessed with Gachagua, guys, Terry, wewe umefanya nini hapa TikTok? Na wewe umekuja kufanya nini kwa platform yangu? So unaona kitu ninafanya unapenda. Ndio maana umekuja hata na vita in Homa Bay, waliacha vita. Mulijua eti Milima Bona na Gladys Wanga wakuwa nasikizana for a long time. Ni Raila Odinga ndiye alileta peace amongst them. When Gladys Wanga was going to become governor in Homa Bay, the only person that was supporting Gladys Wanga was Ong'ondo Were. The MPs in Homa Bay wote walimwacha. Mnasikia? So she had the support of Raila Odinga and Ong'ondo Were only. All the rest rejected her. So there's a lot of people who are now orphans. They are scared. Hawajui wataenda wapi. So you guys, right now, I've told you the only person that Ruto would negotiate with when it comes to politics right now, who has a voice and is easily sellable in Kenya, is Gladys Wanga. Huyo ni Gladys Wanga, sio Sakaja. Sakaja naye anaenda nyumbani. 2027 akivai asubuhi na mapema by 6 a.m. Sakaja will be home. I've told you. Hakuna. There are people who are now going to be going home because they have been underperforming. Now wamekuwa protected with the status quo. Now that protection is gone, they are going home. Nyumbani kabisa, hakuna kitu ingine. Kama unajua wewe ulikuwa ni mwanasiasa ambaye alikuwa endorsed by Raila Odinga, unaenda nyumbani. Because the people obviously rejected you. So hakuna. Yes, hata Jalango. Jalango is also going home very early in the morning. Na Jalango kitu ilimharibia sana ni the time when he had political tensions with Raila. That thing that was like a big turn off to the people of the Luo community. Umeelewa? Will Kidero resurrect? I don't think so. I think that Homa Bay County will have different fresh leaders this time. Sidhani Kidero kama anaweza kutoboa. I think with the death of Raila, anything that was associated with Raila will be gone. Nobody will want to associate with anything associated with Raila, because the song is going to be the opposite of what was there before. So, Ivo Bensouda Bensouda will be going home very early in the morning na hiyo kelele yake. Asubuhi na mapema saa 1. Kura zake zitakuwa 18, Beatrice akikuwa na kura 100,000. She's going home. Nani tena? I've already said Babu Owino is irrelevant. Yeye ni kama omena katikati ya sharks. Babu Owino is the omena in the middle of sharks. Anajaribu kuswim hapo katikati ya masharks. Ati hata mimi pia ninakuja hapo. Hakuna. Nothing. Have you ever seen omena yenye inajaribu kuswim katikati ya masharks? Anajaribu kuswim katikati ya masharks. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Shark ikiamua tu ina mara moja hivi itapiga omena slap na yanguke huko. That's what has happened to him now. Raymond Omolo ati Maverick. Who is Maverick? Oparanya kaina Kasmuel. By the way, I like Kasmuel a lot. I think that Kasmuel should try politics, but but ikiwa ni politics ya kwenda kwa ground, Kasmuel hatoboi. Kama ni nomination, Kasmuel atapata. Lakini politics ya kwenda kwa ground, kwenda kuvai na kuongea na watu, hapana. Atapigwa makofi arudi aache. Hawezi. Kasmuel cannot he cannot deal with the goonish part of politics. Ile ya kwenda kwa ground na watu kupigwa mangumi hawezi. Yeye kama kuingia kwa siasa ataingia through nomination. Hawezi. Nani tena? Guys, I've told you Sifuna is a strong force in ODM. Sifuna is a strong force in ODM, but between Sifuna and Gladys Wanga, Ruto will pick Gladys. He will not pick Sifuna. Tumelewana? Yes, and I've told you why. It is easier to sell Gladys Wanga nationally than Sifuna. Tumelewa? Moses Kajwang needs to go home. Hao ni watu wanafaa kwenda nyumbani sasa. I don't know much about Ndindi Nyoro. Sitaki kumwongelelea. Yeah, so when we look at politics right now today, and someone is talking about ngoja kwanza ati menopause inakusumbua. Yes, menopause lazima nisumbue. I'm a woman and I'm growing. It's very normal for me nikuwe na menopause. Unafikiria ukikuja kuandika hivyo ni matusi? Menopause inasumbua mpaka mama yako ambaye ni amenishinda na miaka karibu 15 years. So usikuje kuniandikia kwa platform ati menopause inanisumbua na mamako pia anasumbuka na menopause. Waiguru. Guys, I wanted to tell you something. Waiguru alivuma wakati wake. I think Waiguru is now settling to just take care of family and do her thing. She's not really very active and aggressive in politics, but kuna kitu nilinotice kwa matanga ya Raila that made me a bit sad. Guys, I did not see Rachel Shebesh. Sikuona Shebesh. Sikuona what's her name? Millicent Omanga. I did not see these people. No, but Ngilu was in Nairobi, guys. Ngilu was in Nairobi. Ngilu alikuwa Nairobi, Pasaris alikuwa Bondo. So this is what I want to tell you. Let us stop saying we are mourning for Raila ati we have lost. No. The politicians wenye wanalia kwa sababu wanaogopa hawatapata mtu wa kuwafunika ili wapate free ride into parliament. So they are mourning because the money that was going to come to their pockets through free rides za kukua selected imeisha. Hiyo ndio maana wanalia. These people didn't care about Raila Odinga. These people never cared. Even Kenyans themselves never cared about Raila Odinga. This is a man that sacrificed a lot for you people. Sahi kila mtu analia, anapoa tribute, lakini siku zenye Raila alikuwa anakuja kwenu mumpatie kura, mlimreject. You refused to vote for this man. You refused to make him president because you felt that you needed to choose tribe over character. So don't pretend that you're mourning for Raila Odinga. No, you are not. A lot of you are big hypocrites. Cheni kujifanya ati mna mourn for Raila. No, that is a man that you disrespected from the 80s. From the 80s. Muli disrespect Raila from the 80s, from the time that he was taken to detention, from the time that he left detention, came and started multipartyism, from the time that he came and became the father of Majimbo, from the time that he even talked about affirmative action and the constitution amendments were there from 2010, you have disrespected Raila. It is time for Raila to go. It was time for Raila to leave the country that showed him so much disrespect for the work that he did. He worked, sacrificed for you people, did a lot for you people to have voices, to be able to speak up, freedom of speech, for you people to be able to take back money into your counties so that you can start building yourselves within your counties. Still, you insulted him. So don't mourn for Raila because you did not respect him. What you should mourn for is yourselves, because the leadership of tomorrow is going to be changing. Are you going to be a part of it? What is going to be your role? Are you going to be thinking about democracy while voting or party politics? Are you going to be voting quality over quantity? That is what you really need to think about. Sawa. So hizo stories that we are mourning, no. Raila Odinga yesterday was buried, and when we buried him, he went with ODM. ODM died yesterday, and it was buried pamoja na scarf ya ODM na whisk na kofia. Sawa. Hivyo ndo vile imesikia. Sasa wenye wamekuwa wakitusi Raila kila election, sasa tumepumzika. Let me clap. Mmekuwa mkimpangianga matusi kila election, he will never be president, you will never be president. Mlikuwa mnamtusi sijui kihii, mlikuwa mnamsema majina zenye mlikuwa mnasema. Sasa waacha, sasa amepumzika, sasa mtafute mtu mpya mtusi. Sawa. Tumeelewana? Now you are going to look for a new person ndio mtengenezee matusi. Wacheni Raila sasa apumzike na mumwache. And by the way, we will not allow you to dent and taint Raila Odinga's image. Raila Odinga's life and history will be properly written as it should be by Luo scholars, because we are educated people. Umesikia? And we will talk about Raila Odinga. We will teach our children about Raila Odinga. We will teach our grandchildren about Raila Odinga and the children of our grandchildren, because Raila Odinga is the person that created spaces and gave us voices. That voice that he gave to us, we are going to use it to promote that which he stood for, justice and human rights. So we will not erase the name of Raila Odinga from our households. We will continue to talk about his leadership. We will continue to talk about the change that he brought and the ways that he paved for women through affirmative action. We will continue to talk about the gains that Raila Odinga made when it came to the HIV prevention and prevalence in Nyanza. We will continue to talk about Raila Odinga and the role that he played during the 2007 elections, post-election violence. We will continue to talk about Raila Odinga and the role that he played during the promulgation of the Constitution in 2010. We will continue to talk about Raila Odinga when the role that he played to protect Kibaki when he was on a wheelchair and he decided to say Kibaki tosha. The self-sacrifices that he made, the selflessness that he had, he made sacrifices, paved way for people to become leaders while he sat back. We will continue to talk about Raila Odinga because he was a force to reckon. We will continue to talk about Raila Odinga because through Raila Odinga we understood leadership and power. We will continue to talk about Tinga Wodnya Lego Agwambo Wadga Kinyi because that man changed the face of Kenya through multi-party. The man that managed to be okay with going to jail to face Moi. The man that accepted the death of a woman that he loved, his own mother, while he was in prison. A man that was disrespected as he waited and watched for his cellmates to be taken to the hangman's noose. A man that decided to write while he was facing death row. A man that believed in his ideals and decided to protect others even though they betrayed him constantly. A man that decided that he will never talk about tribe but coalitions. A man that worked with coalitions from end to end. Western, Garissa, Mandera, Luhyaland, everywhere. He brought people together. That is the man that we will celebrate. That is the man that we will want our children to remember. That is the man that we will constantly talk about when we talk about democracy. That is the man whose ideals we seek to work and talk about each and every election. That is the man that decided to die away from home, because that home which he fought for, that home that he shed tears for, that home that rendered him a fugitive, that home that displaced his own wife and children, that home that broke his home and made him desolate, that home that decided that he shall not have a mother and the honor of burying his own mother, that home that saw his friends, including my own uncle, Ochieng Ojode, being killed. That same home called Kenya disrespected his legacy. That is why he died away from home. So when he was brought home, the honor of his death, his spirits were taken away from us, away from home, because he was a hero outside of home. He was loved outside of home more than he was loved at home. There is no honor in loving a person when they are in a casket. There is nothing beautiful about mourning and loving a person when they're in a casket. When you love someone, when you agree and are okay with the sacrifices that a person has made and done, you should honor them when they are alive. We let Raila Odinga down. As a people, as a country, we let Raila Odinga down. It doesn't matter how many state burials we give to him. We never ever gave Raila Odinga the respect that he deserved when he was alive. What great honor would you give a man than to allow him enjoy that what he craved for? When Raila Odinga tried to become president in this country, we all thought that he wasn't fit. The whole country and the system decided to disenfranchise him. You took that which he believed in, decided to swear each other in the night. There are people who decided to become presidents. They were sworn in the middle of the night, in the dark, just to deny Kenya a chance for democracy. That is the man that has given opportunity for people to be able to choose leaders based on merit. If you want to honor Raila Odinga, respect democracy, respect the evolution, and the people of ODM. The greatest honor you can ever give Raila Odinga in Luo Nyanza is not to impose any leaders on us. Oriti uru jokama. I will continue to teach about Raila Odinga yesterday, today, and tomorrow, because it is necessary. This is history. It is necessary for us, and I will continue to teach about Raila Odinga for posterity. It's important that we talk about the achievements of this man and how his work, the blood that he shed, the sacrifices that he made, gave voices to people like us today. Now that we are talking about freedom of speech, when Raila Odinga died, Ruto signed into law 8 bills. One of them is about the computer cyber crimes, and it's important that you read, and I've said every time. Kenyans do not read. Kenyans are not big on reading. Kenyans do not want to consume knowledge and things that are helpful to them. Go and read the Computer Cyber Crimes Act. And because he signed it on the 15th of October, so on the 29th of this month, it takes effect. And it says, just briefly, if you are in cyberspaces and you use the cyberspaces to harm someone with the things that you're saying, defame someone with the things that you're saying, bring information that is harmful or hurtful to another individual, and that can be proved in a court of law, you will go to jail for up to 10 years or be fined up to 20 million Kenya shillings. That is what it says. And one thing that we need to talk about, and we have said this time and time again, and I'm saying this because some of these things are happening when I'm here, and most of you might not want to agree with me. The bill on cybercrime and computer is long overdue. Kenyans needed laws that govern them on social media, because the social media spaces in Kenya are very harmful and toxic. I believe it is important that we have some laws on social media and the cyber, because the cyber spaces have been very vile, and it's important that we do have those laws. Perhaps with those laws, we will understand the importance of responsibility when we are having conversations on social media. So it's important. So I'm just touching on a bit of what has been passed. So ukwe ukijua kutokea tarehe 29 mwezi huu, ukija kwa Twitter, kwa TikTok, kwa Facebook, ama utumie mtu text ambayo ni ya matusi na kumdhulumu na kumdhalilisha, unaweza ukaingia jela. And it's not civil, it is criminal. So be aware. And you be aware. And this also includes revenge porn. Kutoa uchi za watu. Sawa sawa? So it's important that you know these things. I am very happy with that one in particular. A lot of bloggers are going around saying that, oh, that is freedom of speech. No. No. Your freedom of speech does not entail harming another person. Sawa? The fact that you have freedom of speech enshrined in the Constitution in Article 33 does not mean that you have the right to harm another person. That's not what it says. Your freedom of speech gives you the power to talk about issues with facts. So we are going to learn to use the words in my opinion and allegedly as much as we can. And then it's going to help Kenyans read and do research. If you want to talk about your governor, kama governor embezzle funds, itabidi uende ukasome na ujue what is happening in your county, ndio ukuje uongee with facts before you accuse them. Sawa? It's important that we start talking about things that need to be done on social media. I'm very happy with that law. Sawa? So, mbona Amerika unaweza tusi mtu na sio crime, koma, mtu asikudangani. Kutusi mtu Amerika is a crime. You know that. You're not supposed to. Sawa? You are not. There are social media laws here. Sawa? So, and also that same law is talking about the Communications Commission Authority. That body will have the power to delete, block, and remove your accounts on social media after a judicial process. Tumeelewana? So another thing we need to talk about is the other one that he passed on things like cryptocurrency. Because I think cryptocurrency, crypto trading and Bitcoin, all that takataka hizo mingi, they've been going on in Kenya, but they've not been proper laws to regulate them. So that also has been signed into law. So now they're going to be curbing money laundering and things like that, because cryptocurrency has hit Kenya. And it's important that there are laws that govern how digital financial whatever markets and whatever work in Kenya. It's so important. So guys, you need to read about these things. There's another one that he passed about land, okay, that talks about freehold and lease land. Okay, it's important that you read these things, because I said I'm going to talk about this, but today I want to talk about Raila Odinga. I'm just touching on the little tidbits of things that you people need to understand. So, hizo ni vipengele kidogo kidogo kwa hizo mabills zenye mnafaa kusoma na muelewe. So, otherwise, long live Agwambo, long live the king. And it's interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how the politics in Kenya is going to be. So, the politics in Kenya is going to be very interesting. In short, we will be monitored. What do you mean? What do you mean monitored? If you commit a crime and somebody can prove that you have hurt them, then you will go to jail. There's no monitoring. Ukikuja utusi mtu kwa TikTok, akienda na hiyo recording yako, utashikwa. That's what's gonna happen. Ukuje ukiongea kwa TikTok, ongea vitu zenye unajua. Kama ujui kitu juu ya mtu usiongee. Sawa? And also, it's not just about that. Can Winnie probably join politics? Why not? She can join politics. I think she can. I think Winnie can join politics. It's just that I guess maybe Winnie, because she loved her father and the legacy of her dad, she doesn't want to take advantage of the fact that her dad is died and to talk about politics immediately. But she can join politics. Out of Raila Odinga's children, I think Winnie is the one that is sellable. Na sijasema kwa ubaya. I think Winnie Odinga is the one that is more, it's easier. She's good. I'd say she's easy in the eye of the people. I think, in my opinion, she's easy in the eye of the people. The rest, no, they are not politicians, in my opinion. I think that Winnie Odinga is but see, Winnie Odinga already ako politics. Si ye ni nini wa Yala? Si ni nini Yala huko ama? Si huko Yala ama ni Yala ama ni wapi? Si yuko huko? Si ni MP Yala? Yeah, she's already in politics, guys. She's already in politics. She's already a politician. Na nilisikia akisema ati anarudi nyumbani. Ama mkusikia hiyo kitu? Acha nicheke. Did you not hear Winnie saying that she's coming back home? I think that meant that anaweza kuacha hiyo seat na kuje because she wants to get involved in politics. Si ndio? Na mimi naweza kuomba kama Winnie anataka kuingia kwa siasa, aanze na Siaya, akuwe governor Siaya. Cause Orengo na nimesikia hakuna kitu Orengo anafanya. I think she needs to start with Siaya, akuwe governor. Si akuwe tu governor Siaya County. Hapo ndio poa. Like, don't start with small posts. So Winnie, take advantage of the fact that you have your father's blessing. Go for governorship ya Siaya. Enda for the governorship in Siaya, usiogope. Enda na uingie hiyo ODM na kifua yako. Listen, hiyo ODM Winnie, ingia na kifua. Kabisa. Ingia hapo na kifua yako, usiogope. Because even your dad taught us that leadership is taken, not given. Hivyo ndo vile babako alitufundisha. Yes, uonuno puonjo wani telo ikawo kumingato. Koro ibende kibiro donji Siaya County. Iyo governor ndio utake. Usitake kitu ingine. Don't look for anything less. Just enda uchukue iyo governorship. Yes, let that be the reward for you taking care of your father when you're there. And then you help the people of Siaya. Ama ni aje guys? Ama si mnaona Winnie akiwa poa hapo governor wa Siaya? Nani amekubali? Si ni hivyo? Ama? Atikuwa ni leadership ni ya one family. Kama familia yenu haikukuwa na leadership, sio makosa yetu. Kama wewe ulizaliwa kwa familia ya wavuvi, jamani, deal with the uvuvi yenye kwa ukoo yako. Usilie kama kuna familia zenye ziko na politics in their blood. Sio makosa ya hiyo familia, my friend. Kama familia yenu ni watu wa kuuza skari nguru, my friend, utadili na hiyo skari nguru. Don't cry because your family is not in the limelight, my dear. You have to bear with it. It's not your... If your father did not learn how to work with the colonialists in the eras to acquire land and to get in touch with the government before, wewe babako alifuatia democracy wapi? Where did your father fight for democracy? Ndio unakuja hapa kuniambia, who is your father when we talk about politics in Kenya? Who is your dad? Who is your father? Ati wewe unakuja kama mlejulikana na omena, hiyo omena ndio utafaitia. Mkijulikana na sukari nguru, utadili na sukari nguru. Mkijulikana na makiosk, ndio mnajua kwa familia yenu, yani uko yenu ni ya kuuza masanduku. Kuna watu yenye ukoo yao ni kuuza masanduku. Ukienda pale watu wanauzanga masanduku ya watu wenye wamekufa pale hivyo Kondele. Anakuambia babake alikuwa anatengeneza masanduku ya watu wakufa, ndio yeye akachukua hiyo kazi. Kuna watu wako na vitu kama hizo. Unasikia? Ukoo yenu kama sio ya kisiasa, my friend, it's nobody's fault. Unasikia? Kama nyinyi hamna hiyo ukoo, usikuja hapa kulia eti sijui eti kwani familia ni watu ya my friend. Siasa kama haiko kwa damu yenu, kama haiko kwa ukoo yenu, shauri yako. Usikuje kulilia watu. Sawa? Wewe, politics is about real work. Omera. Kama nyinyi mko na ukoo ya kuuza mkate, huko ndio utaenda. Kama nyinyi ukoo yenu ni ya madaktari, huko ndio utakuwa. Usililie watu. There are homes that even in Luoland bwana, kwani tunajifanya? Hapa Luoland si kuna maboma kila mtu ni daktari. Ama tunajifanya kila mtu kwa maboma ni profesa. Ukienda kwa boma ingine kila mtu ni mlevi, anakunywa chang'aa na busa. Ama nimedanganya? Kuna maboma, kuna vitu zenye zimewafuata na si eti si makosa yetu. Angalieni ukoo. Angalia ukoo yenu jamani, si makosa ya mtu. Unasikia? There are homes where kazi yao wamezaa wasichana lakini wote wamezaa wako kwa boma hapo. Kazi ni kuzaa na kurudi Mombasa. Kazi ni kuzaa na kuenda Dubai. Unazaa unaletea mama watoto. That is something yenye iko kwa ukoo. Kama iko kwa ukoo, my friend, you will have to deal with the problems in your family. It's not our fault. It is not our fault that the Odinga family ilianza kufaitia freedom wakati wa ukoloni. Sio makosa yetu. Sawa? So hapo itabidi uulize ancestors kwa nini kwenu mlibaki na omena while the Odingas walikuwa pale wana fight na wakoloni. Hata unakuja hapa kuuliza hiyo swali. Babako alifanya kazi gani kwanza? Stop it. Winnie Odinga should come for governorship in Siaya. Awacha yueyo. Let her not bend and get anything small. Nimesema, she should not be afraid. Her father is already dead. She has the blessing of her father. Wacheni niwaambie. There is so much power and blessing you get when your parent dies in your arms. Mzazi akikufa kwa mikono yako kuna blessing na protection anakuachianga. Unasikia? Kama nyinyi ni watu mko spiritual mnajua. That child that stays with their parent when they are passing on, that last minute, that last time when they are talking, hizo blessing unazipatanga fully and completely. Some of us have it. You wonder, huyu ako na grace aina gani anapitia vitu kama hizi? Hapana. Ni kukaa na mama vile mama alikuwa anakufa na kufunika. That's what they do. They bless you because you're taking care of them at their last moment when they are walking their last walk in this world. Sawa? So Winnie, don't come for CS. Kuja ukue governor Siaya County. Tutakukaribisha. Kwani ni kesho? Ala. Wayuag Raila. Anto Raila yuago. Kendo poda bro yuage. Leo, kesho na mtondoko. And again as women, let us not be afraid to take up leadership positions in Luo Nyanza. The men in Luo Nyanza have never been afraid of taking up leadership positions. They have never been afraid of taking up the big positions. Hawajaogopanga. Wanaume wamekuwa kwa politics hata bila masomo. Sisi ndio huwa tunashangaa. Sina degree, sina nini. Men wamekuwa magavana hata bila degree. Hata bila certificate ya form 4. Joho ni governor. Alikuanga governor bila certificate ya form 4. Alitoboa. Ni nini mnaogopa? As women, we must learn to be with the wangteko that men have. Umesikia? We must learn to be as selfish as the men in politics. We must learn to be as aggressive as the men in politics so that we can also take up leadership positions. We should not be afraid. When an opportunity strikes, take it. If your husband was a politician and he dies, take that position after him. If your child was a politician and she dies, take that position after your husband. Because men have done it for years. Men have taken advantage of people when they are dead for years. What's the big deal? Men have married even when their wives are in masanduku. Kwani tunaogopa nini? Ni nini tunaogopa? Let us not be afraid. You should not be ashamed of taking up leadership positions as women. And we should not be merciful to men. We should not negotiate. We should not bend. We should not undermine our capabilities. That which men can do, we can do 10 times better. Umesikia? Wayuag Raila. And dear women in Nyanza, I hope to see many women get out for leadership positions in Nyanza. This time in Luo Nyanza, Gladys, najua uko hapa. We are no longer going to accept you and Milimabona nominating women who cannot read and write. Homa Bay women are very educated. Wanawake wa Homa Bay wamesoma that please do not insult us by nominating women who are in their 60s, cannot read and write. Devolution came for people who are educated. Devolution's basis was education. Majimbo can only be implemented by people who are educated and are literate. Sawa? Sasa mimi kazi yangu itakuwa ni kuwachapa na moving forward. Wayuag na Raila. Thank you so much guys for coming, the tapas na kila mtu, kila mmoja mwenye amekuja hapa leo. Nimefurahia sana, asanteni. To those of you who have gifted me, asante sana. Asante kabisa kabisa. I feel for Uhuru. Adi alilala bond. I mean, Uhuru was Raila's friend. It's okay. That's fine. Haya, Wayuag.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.